Today we're going to look at just a few of the products offered in TP-Link's smart home ecosystem. They have all kinds of products that connect just to Wi-Fi without the need of a hub. So today we're going to look at some of these smart plugs, as well as a smart light bulb and one of their smart cameras. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Tech with Brett, where I help tech work for you. So TP-Link reached out to see if I wanted to test out their new Kasa outdoor outlet. And I said yes, but they ended up sending me a few more products to test out as well. And then I actually already had the smart camera sitting over here on the shelf to test out. So I decided, let's put this all in one video. So this is how this is going to work. I'm gonna go through the process of each of these devices, how to get them set up, the benefits of each of them, and then I'll do some testing, and then we'll add them to our different smart devices so they are all compatible with Google Assistant as well as Amazon Assistant, and they can also connect to other devices like SmartThings. So we'll test all of that out. So let's go ahead and get right into it, unbox these, and get them set up. So let's start with the Kasa Smart Wi-Fi outdoor plug. So this does have two different outlets. And again, all of these are Wi-Fi compatible and will work with the same assistants. So over here on the side, some of the benefits of this, it has the double outlets. It's weather resistant, so IP64. You can control these from anywhere. So if you have internet on your phone and you're away from home, you are able to control these. Voice assistant, no hub. And then there's all kinds of home automation that we can do within these. So here are the instructions we will need to follow. We'll get to that in a minute. So this allows you to attach it to the wire here and hang it up so it is off the ground, which is really nice that that's included. And then on the device itself, you have these little flaps to cover the plugs that you're not using. So that's really nice. And then here you just have the plug. Here you have an icon for Wi-Fi, and then you have an on and off for each outlet. So in the instructions, this tells you exactly what you need to do to get it installed. You do need to download the Kasa application from the App Store or the Google Play Store. And then we just go into the app, select plus, and then we're going to install. So we'll need to plug this in and then get it set up. So now let's bring in the phone. We're just going to head into the Kasa application. Now you do need to set up a Kasa app, and I've already set up a smart Wi-Fi plug. I actually never got to reviewing it, but I've been using it and it worked really well. I'll talk about that more in a second, but now all we need to do is select the plus up here at the top, and then down here, we have the device. So add a new Kasa smart home device. And then down here, we're going to look for the smart plugs. So we're gonna tap smart plug, and then here it has smart outdoor plug. So once we get to this point, now we just need to plug it in. All right, so it's plugged in, the light is on. Next, here it says wait about 15 seconds until the light turns orange and green. So it is doing that. Now we need to enable location from the application. So we're going to select allow right here. Now I'm gonna select allow all the time because I'm going to set up multiple devices here, so I want it to always have access. And now it is connecting to the smart plug. And now we choose what Wi-Fi we want this connected to. So here I'm gonna select my Wi-Fi network and then type in my password. And then I'm gonna select join. Now I should mention that before you set up, you might wanna connect to the Wi-Fi that you're going to set these up on. That just makes everything a little bit easier. But I already had done it before I had started this process. Now it is connecting the outdoor outlet to the Wi-Fi. It was successfully connected, and now it is giving us an option to add the plug and give it a name. So we can tap this plug and we're going to name it, let's just say outdoor one. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to use this one for. So that set that name, and then you can choose an icon for that. So if you wanted to set this up for some outdoor lights, maybe a lamp, here you have a fountain, maybe your Christmas or a snowman. Here I have Christmas lights. I'm definitely gonna be using those come this winter, but let's just go ahead. We're gonna set this up with a lamp. And then you do have an option down here to add your own picture to that device. So if you want to take a picture of your snowman that you're gonna light up and put it on there, you are able to do that. So we're gonna select save. Now we're going to add a second plug. So here we're just going to name it outdoor 2. And then again, choose the icon, save, next. And now it has all been set up. So sounds good. We're gonna come back here to the main menu. And then it's saying, welcome to your smart outdoor plug. So with this, you can actually turn on both outlets at once in a group, or you can just change them each individually depending on the schedule or whatever you want set. And then you can create what are called scenes and actions. So a scene would automatically adjust multiple lights. And then there's also smart actions. And so then Kasa is able to connect with other devices like I've mentioned before. So we'll get into that in a bit. All right, now we have our plugs here. So let's go ahead and plug in our lamp. Lamp is in. So now I can quickly turn on and off each outlet. Works just like that. If I wanted to create a group of these, select the plus, create a group. I can choose those two, and then we can call this outside outlet. And when we're done, now I have the option to turn off both of those or on at the same time. So it's really neat that you have both of the options there. And you can see when I adjust this down here, it just takes a second. And then there it turned on as well. Now this does fully come off. It's not attached. So if you didn't want it, you can just pull it off. But if you want some extra protection, you could just keep that on right there. And then using the controls on the device, very easy. You can just push, turn on and off just like that. Now I actually have used a few different outdoor outlets before, and they always ran into a problem because they were using the Smart Life platform. So I've had one sitting on my deck that just wouldn't work recently. So I'm gonna be replacing it with this because these devices have worked really well. Now, after getting this set up, I set up a schedule where it would automatically turn on the lights at sunset, and that had no issues. And then I set it where it would turn off the lights, and again, no problems there. So far the outdoor plug has been working great. So that is the outdoor plug. Let's move to the next device. Next up is the Kasa Smart Wi-Fi Plug Mini 2-pack. So previously I purchased the Wi-Fi plug. The only complaint about this is how big it was. I actually ended up recording a full video about how I added this to my Christmas tree, but I ended up not posting it for whatever reason. So now that does work, but the only problem it had was it was so big. So it's nice to see that these mini 2-pack are already available. So again, same things that we had before. You are able to connect over Wi-Fi, remote access, scheduling. You have away mode with these, compact design, and all of that fun stuff. Okay, so again, here you have instructions, and then here we have the two mini plugs. So pretty simple. All you have on the side is a on and off. So let's go ahead and get this set up. So to set this up, we're just going to select plus, choose device, choose smart plugs. Now here's a good list of all the other smart plug options you have. You can get a smart outlet. You could even get a smart power strip. So it's really nice. There's so many options. We're gonna select mini plug. It says plug it in. So we're gonna use my extension cord here. Next. Up here you have a little light flashing. And once it turns green or blue, we need to select next. So here it's orange. And I don't know, I can't really see that that's blue, but I think it is flashing blue. So we're gonna select next. We're gonna choose our Wi-Fi network, and it remembered our password from the last time we did that. Now it says this might take a few minutes to establish a connection. It has been a few minutes, so that is very accurate. That did just take a few minutes, but it's connected, and we're gonna name our device. This one we're gonna call Fountain. Next, and then here we have the option to choose any different things. So the great part about this is you can connect all kinds of different devices. You could connect lamps, you could connect heaters or coolers or fans. Here it has a fish tank light or a curling iron or something like that. So a lot of different options. On the smart door outlet, it showed a fountain. So I actually went and got a fountain to do this. So let's just go ahead and choose the fish tank. So we're gonna select done, all set up. So now we go back to the main page here. And here it says that there is an update available. So we're going to do that real quick. All right, that update actually was really quick, worked really well. I have some Wemo devices like this, and they really struggle to get updates. So it was nice to see that went so quick. And now right here, you can see that we have the option for the fountain. So let's go ahead and plug that in. So we have the fountain here. To turn this on, I can simply just press the button. there the fountain turned on. And if I wanted to turn it off, I can push the button on here to turn it off. So that worked really well. So this is really great because you could have this only turn on at certain times of the day, or maybe you only want the fountain noise to be on at night. So you have all the options to automate this within the Kasa application. And it's just really cool that you can do it all hands-free, and later we'll do it by voice. So let's move on to the smart light bulb. So here the light bulb is Wi-Fi, LED, has 800 lumens, and this is the A19 size, and it is multicolored. So over here on the side, it has dimming, scheduling, no hub, works with voice commands. And then on the back here, it says lifetime 22.8 years, 10.5 watts of energy used, and it can go from 2500 on the Kelvin scale to 9000 K. And then there it is, 600 lumens at 60 watts. So I really enjoyed all the different other smart lights I've had before. So I'm excited to test this out. Now, one more thing I wanted to mention is one product I'm not testing out here is the light switches that Kasa offers. Of their smart home category, they have cameras, bulbs, plugs, and light switches. So I'm not testing out any of those today, but those are available as well. So here are the instructions to get it set up. All right, and here is the light bulb. Really cool design. Haven't really seen anything like that before. And then it just says TP-Link, so that's really nice. So let's go ahead, plug it into our lamp here. Probably should plug in our lamp. All right, and it has turned on. Here, the light is already flashing. So we're gonna select the plus in the application. We're going to add a new device. So here are some of the different smart lights they offer, but this is the Smart Bulb KL100 series. So we've put it in, select next. It is powered on and it already flashed. Next. So now it is going to connect to our bulb and we're gonna choose our Wi-Fi network. And here it is changing colors as it's connecting. And let's name this office lamp. And then again, you can choose a icon for this device. So here we have a little lamp. Save. It is set up. And then here again, there's an update available. Update is complete. And there it shows up in our app. So here we can easily turn on and off the light bulb. If we open this up, here it's showing that we have the option to adjust the colors, and we can also create shortcuts for the different color temperatures that we really like. And then it says auto white. So tap the auto white shortcut and your smart bulb will follow the color and brightness of the sun throughout the day. So that's really cool. So here we go. We can turn on the light bulb. Down here, we have a few different options. We have brightness. So I can adjust the brightness here in the app. So here you can choose more of a cool daylight color, or you can go more warm. And then over here, you have the different color. So if you come out here, that's gonna be full green. We have full blue. That one definitely matches the rest of the room here. We have pink, orange. So lots of colors. And then if you go in the middle, it's gonna be more pastel and not so much one color. So then up here at the top, we have our different favorites. So if we wanted to change the favorite here, we select edit, and now we can choose, let's say I like this to be my favorite. I can select save, and now it has adjusted the favorite up there. Here we can jump right to red, we can go to green, we can go to blue. Maybe I don't like that blue. I want it to be more, let's see, this blue right there. And then select save. And then here we have the auto. So this will adjust with the sun. So as the sun goes down, it will turn more warm until it turns night, until it turns off. And then down here you have the option to create presets. So those are the presets that we have already seen. And then ones that we have already chosen. You can create your schedule here, and you can actually see the energy usage of this light bulb. So that's really neat. And then in the settings, you do have the option to adjust what turns on. So you can have it turn on to the last state it was in. You could have it go based on the time of day, or you could have your preset ones set up so that it would go to those as well. And then you have the option where when you turn on the light, maybe you have it set up with a light switch. This is what will happen when you turn it on. So that is the smart light bulb. Let's go ahead and jump to the Kasa Cam. So the Kasa Cam, it is full HD, so that means it can record 1080p and 30 frames per second. Again, here it's talking about how you can use all the different devices from one application. So with the Kasa Cam, you're always connected. You can drop in anytime and look at your home. You can also see your home on your smart displays, so your Google and your Amazon smart displays. So here you can watch instantly from anywhere with the Kasa app, whether you're away from home in just a few taps. Free cloud storage, so you get up to 2 days of video activity. Protect every pixel. So once you set up your camera, all of your live and your stored video is secured with industry standard encryption. Feel like you're there. Not all 1080p is the same. Kasa Cam is fine-tuned to deliver rich colors, balanced lighting, and sharp video quality. So you have two-way audio, you can talk to it, night vision, and home automation options. So let's go ahead and unbox this. So there is the cam itself. Just a little bit bigger than I was expecting, but it's got a nice base there, so it's able to stand up pretty much anywhere. And then here on the bottom, you have a micro SD plug, a microphone over there on the side, and a speaker here on the back with a light on the top there. Okay, inside you have some mounting screws. Here we have a plug, and this looks like a pretty long cable. And then you have a mounting plate, so you're able to screw that in somewhere. And then you can snap this on just like that. So let's pop that back off. It's able to stay on there pretty good. So we're gonna do the same thing in the Kasa application. We're going to power it up, and then we're going to add it in the application. Looks like that cord is about 12 feet. So that's pretty awesome to have such a long cable in there. So here in the app, we're gonna go to the same place, select the plus, choose device, and then we're going to choose cameras right here. And then you have your different cameras that are available. This is the Kasa Cam. So power up your camera, plug it in. Next, wait till the light is flashing orange and green. It is right now. Next, we're going to choose our Wi-Fi network. Now, with the other devices I set up, they were actually only 2.4 gigahertz enabled, where this is 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. So you could choose whichever one you have the best signal for. So I'm gonna just choose the 2.4, add my password, select join, and now it is connecting it to the network. Now we need to give it a name. I'm going to name this Office Cam, select next. And now we have the option to detect motion and receive notifications. You can adjust these in the camera settings later. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now we can mount our camera, so we can put it pretty much wherever we would like. You could just have it sitting here, or you can use the mounting plate. Here it's already saying that it detected motion. Let's see, can we pull that down and see anything? Nothing there. So we're gonna select get started. You might need some tools to install it. So here it says, take your camera to the location you want, use the application to make sure that you have Wi-Fi and that it's set up where you can see everything. This does have a 130-degree range, so it's able to see quite wide to catch the whole room. So now we can select preview and we can check out the camera. So that's what you see, pretty clear picture. Select next, you can mount the plate, snap the camera into position, and then you could rotate it. So you can rotate this and you can change the arm to get it exactly where you want it to be. Now here it's saying to snap the USB cable using the cable clip, making sure to leave a little slack in case you need to adjust the angle later. I'm not exactly sure what that's talking about. Is it this that you attach it? I don't see any cable clip. So we are all set. It is now set up. And now it's going to take us to the camera settings to show us more about what it can do. So here it's telling me about Kasa Care to get a free trial. Now it did say I get 2 days free. Let's see if that's still actually there. So here, let's check out the plan. So here it says for $3 a month, you get 30 days of video history, manual clip recording, video sharing, activity notifications, and snapshots. Or you can pay $10 a month per account. So this would be per device, or you can pay $10 for multiple devices, 30 days of history, manual clipping, video sharing, activity notifications, and use it for up to 10 cameras. And so those are the different options. And it did say that you get your first month free. So here's a look at the snapshot when you receive a notification with Kasa Care. So it pops up right here. You can instantly select watch live, or you can just view the clip of the motion. So right now I'm actually not going to sign up for that. We're just going to see what it's like without having that. And now we're going to do a firmware update. Okay, the update is complete. Welcome to Kasa Cam. Unlock new features with the Kasa app. So here we can watch and listen and talk back through the camera. We can manually record what we are seeing. Here we can create activity zones, so it will only alert you in certain areas. Here you can log your memories. So here, whenever your camera detects motion or sound, it will record a clip. You get 2 days of history for free, and then you can do the 30 days with the Kasa Care subscription. And then here you have video alerts. So configure activity alerts in device settings, including notifications and schedules. All right, so get started. It has now added the camera down here. And so now we have all of the different devices that we have added today. So now if we want to look at the camera, we can open this up. Now it's giving me a prompt to review the activity zone. So I could set up a activity zone where I want it to record from. So here it's opening up the camera. And you can choose, somebody walks in or something, I could have that set up. There is my activity zone. So it's only going to notify me if people enter into that zone. So we're gonna select sounds good, and we can adjust these in the settings. So here in the app, these are the different clips that it recorded. Here you can hear the sound. So here you have the option to talk through the camera. Hi, how are you? So that sounded pretty good. And then here you have the option to record what you see. So you press the record icon and it's recording this. Hey, what's up? Stop. And then down here, you can see your recorded clips. Now those recorded clips will expire, so you do need to go download those before they expire, but it's nice that you can choose that you record what you see. And then here we have a schedule. So you can set a schedule to start recording at certain times of the day. And here are a few clips from the Kasa Cam. And you just hear whenever you have the app open, and then here you can record live what is going on. So anything that's happening right now, you will be able to record that and play that back later. And here's a clip that was caught from a notification, so you can see the response and the night vision as well. So we're going to stop that. And then down here, it has a history of different clips. So it usually records about 30 seconds of motion. Here it had a minute of 15 seconds of motion. And you can scroll back and see the different motion that was detected and those events. So when you do click on an event, up here in the settings, you have the option to download that, share it, or remove it. So then in the settings, there are a few more options here. So here you have the option to turn on that Kasa Care, and then here you have privacy and sensitivity. So you have a lot of options in here. So let's say you only want to record video. You can do that, record video and audio. Don't record video and audio. You don't have to do that as well. So when activity is detected, your camera will record both video and audio. So this is a way you could for sure turn the camera off. Even if you have schedules turning on and off, this will disable that. Next, you have motion sensitivity, so you can set that up to a 10 on the scale here. And then next you have record motion that lasts at least 1 second, or you can go up to 5 seconds. So when Kasa Cam detects motion, it will record a clip if the motion lasts longer than the selected duration. So if it's set for 1 second, it will record after seeing 1 second of motion. If you set it for 5 seconds, it will record after 5 seconds of motion. I'd lean toward having it set to 1 so that whenever there's motion, it will record that detection. And then down here, you have the option for turn on sound sensitivity. Now, one feature I do wish was in here is the option to turn down the microphone sensitivity. When I was using this, I listened to it at night and there was this weird rumbling sound, but there was nothing happening close nearby. So I think it was just a little too sensitive and picking up some weird sounds there. So now that we have the camera, let me show you where you can view your full camera feed. So if we go back, and then here we have the activity center where we can see all the clips. So here it says a clip was recorded, a clip was recorded. So if we click on this, it's then going to play that clip back for us. Pretty crisp and clear as well. And you can zoom in here so you can see a little higher quality. And then here I have the option for manual recording. So this is the one where I manually recorded that. Let's say I want to download that. I can hit download. So that's going to save it to my device. And then we can scroll through and see the different history. And up here it shows the dates. Now, if I go back to Sunday, and let's say I go all the way down here. So here you have a few different icons. So this icon indicates that that is no longer available to the cloud. Now the cloud for me will only save 2 days right now because I'm not paying for Kasa Care. If you had Kasa Care, you could look back 30 days. But if I look back more than 2 days, it is not going to work. So you do have an option to play some of those, but for the most part, after 2 days, those clips are no longer available. Now here we have a filter option. So we can filter a certain time, a certain camera, and you can just have it show playable clips instead of the expired ones. So that would help you filter through those. So camera is actually pretty capable of what it can do. The quality actually looks really good, and I was getting all kinds of notifications for any tiny little movement. So it's very capable. All right, we have now set up all 4 of our different devices and they are showing up in the application. So I have the option to quickly turn off the lamps over here, or the office lamp over here, or turn on the fountain over here. So lots of things that you can really set up with these devices. But I think the best part about smart home devices is adding them to a smart assistant so that you can control them all by voice. So let's go ahead and do that. First, we're going to use the Google Assistant. So to do that, we're going to head into the Google Home application. When you are in the Google Home application, make sure you hit the home right here, and you need to select the plus up in the top, and then you have the option right here, set up device. So we've already set these up, but we're gonna set them up in the Google Home app. So we're gonna select have something already set up, and now you're gonna get a huge list of different devices that you can add. You're just going to select search TP link. So I've actually already linked my account. So you're just gonna tap on TP Link Kasa, sign into your account. You're gonna come back to this main page and you're gonna scroll all the way to the bottom. And then down here, you'll see all the different devices. So it's a little confusing here. I have some switches that I haven't set up before, but these devices right here are those. So I can turn off the office lamp here, turn it back on. Let's say I want to choose the fountain. I can turn off the fountain right there. I can turn it back on. I have the outdoor plug. I can turn it on and off. So you can do that in the application, and then you can do that by voice. Turn off the fountain.
Got it. Turning fountain off.
All right, so there it turned off the fountain, and I can use those same voice commands to turn off everything. Now with the camera, you also have the option to view that. So you could view it here on a smart display, or I could view it on something like the Chromecast in the back. Show me the Office Cam on Curved TV.
All right, streaming Office Cam on Curved TV.
Okay, so up here on my TV, it is now on my TV. Okay, so up on my TV, you can now see the camera. Now be aware that it will start playing the sound out of the cam. So if your cam's close, it will just start going and going because it keeps hearing each other. So you can see if I wipe my hand in front, it only took a few seconds to see this. So that's really nice that the stream isn't taking a long time to load up. Again, I wave my hand over there, it just took a second to show up. So that's really cool. So that is how you can use Google Assistant to control your different Kasa devices. Now, one more thing you can do is you can add each of these devices to a room to control that room of devices, and it just makes it really nice that they can all work together. Now let's head to the Amazon Assistant. For this, you're just going to head into the Amazon Assistant app, and then you're going to select Menu, Skills and Games, and then we're going to select Search, and we're going to search for Kasa. And here we have the TP Link Kasa. And I have already enabled this, but you would enable it and sign into your account. Once you have done that, you're going to head over to the Devices tab, And if it hasn't already, it's going to ask you to discover devices. So here at the top, I can select discover devices, and there are a bunch of devices in here that I haven't added into my office. So here we can see the new devices we added today. So we have office cam, office lamp, outdoor 1 and 2, and then you can open that device, and here I can control it within the Amazon app. So then if we go back up here at the top, we have the option to look at our different lights, our plugs, our switches. So if we go into plugs here, we can go down, and down here we have the option to control our outdoor 1 and 2. So we can just turn those on and off. If we go to the lights, so if we scroll down here, since I haven't added it to a room, here's the office lamp. I can open that up. I can change the brightness. Down here, I even have the option to set a color. So I could choose if I want to turn it blue. There it turned blue. So all of that is right within here. Now let's go in if I see the camera. So we're going to open the camera. Here I have the office cam. This one, I have 2 office cams. So here's the office cam. There's really no options in here, but again, if you have an Amazon Show device or a TV, you are able to see that. Now let's view the camera on here. Show me the office cam.
Okay.
So there it's loading the stream. So now it has loaded the stream, so we can see it over here. Let's try a wave in front, see how long that takes. So now it has loaded the stream. So quite a bit longer than the Google stream. Pretty surprised by that. Wave again. So quite a bit longer than the Google stream. Pretty surprised by that. Wave again. We're going to mute that back down, but there you go. You can see the streams on your different assistant devices, which is really nice to have that option. To add the TP-Link devices into SmartThings, just head into the SmartThings application, and then here I'm going to select the plus, I'm going to choose devices, and then I'm going to search for Kasa, and here you can see TP-Link Kasa Smart. So I'm going to open that up, and then we have the option to choose lighting, outlet, or a switch dimmer. So I'm going to choose lighting. I'm going to choose TP-Link Kasa and then where I want to add this. So I'm going to add this into my office, select next, and now we need to sign into our Kasa account. When you sign in, it then says that it has successfully linked and we can close this page. So we're going to hit close. And then here it's showing all the Kasa devices that you have that can be added into SmartThings. So I'm just going to select done. And now if I go back to the office, here you can see all of those devices. So if I want to turn on the fountain, I can do that, turn it off, turn on the floor lamp, turn on the office lamp, or turn it on. You have all of those options, and then you can create all kinds of different automations with these in the SmartThings application. So now that I've had them all set up, I'm going to play with them a little bit longer and then show you some of my favorite things and see how they work over some time. So I'll be back. I've now been using all the TP-Link devices for a few days, so let me show you some more settings, as well as I'm going to show you some automations which bring all of these devices together. So back in the app, first thing I've done here at the top, I now have a group called Office Group. So with one tap, I can turn on all the different lights in the room. So I can turn on the light bulb, I can turn on the plug and the other lamp here, and you can see them turning on and off down here. Again, if I just want to adjust 1 or 2, I am able to do that right here. So now each of these devices have different settings. So first let's start with the deck lights or the outdoor plug that created. So here under the deck lights or the outdoor plug, I have a few different settings. So the first thing is you can create a schedule for these devices. So in the schedule, I have set it up where every day at sunset, it's going to turn on the lights. So that's really nice to have because I don't have to adjust when sunset is. It's automatically going to learn when that is and then turn on the lights. Next, we have to turn off the lights. So right now I have from Sunday to Thursday, turn off the lights at 9:55 p.m. And then here on the weekends, you can set for Friday and Saturday to turn off at 10 p.m. So all you need to do is come in here, create a schedule. You can say what you want it to turn off or on. So at a specific time, sunrise or sunset, and then the day of the week. And then you can create multiple schedules. So maybe you want Tuesday to act differently than Monday. You can come in and specify that, and you can have a ton of different schedules in here. But right now, this is all I really need. And that's schedule. So because the outdoor plug has two different outlets, you can actually adjust each outlet individually. So here I can do the plug 2, or here I can do the plug 1. In the settings of the outdoor outlet, I do want to show you, you can adjust the name and the icon here, or you can even swap. Maybe you want the deck lights to now be on plug 2. You can swap that and it will adjust what settings you have here. Here you have the option to also turn off the LED. Now for the next one, the timer, we're actually gonna head back and we're gonna head to the TP-Link mini plug. So under the fountain, you have the same settings here. So I have the fountain option and we're gonna go to timer. And with the timer, it gives us the option to turn on and off the plug after a certain amount of time. So let's say I want to have the plug turn on after 1 minute, or turn off after 1 minute. And here you have the option to say it's going to turn on after 1 minute, or here I can set turn off after 1 minute. So I'm gonna choose start, but one problem is the light needs to be on. So let's go back, turn on the fountain. We can come back here into the timer, and then we can set that again. So let's set a 1 minute timer to turn off the fountain, hit start, and wait until that is done. And there, after the minute is up, the fountain turned off. So that's great if you don't want to forget to turn something off. Maybe you're using like a curling iron and you only want to use it for 30 minutes and you can have it set to automatically turn off after 35 minutes just so you don't forget. So that's a really cool feature there. Next, you have Away. So Away lets you set this up so that, let's say you're on vacation, and so at nighttime, maybe around 8 p.m. to, let's say, 10 p.m., you can have it automatically turn on and off the lights when this is on. So we could have it every day of the week. And then when we select start, it's automatically going to adjust the lights and turn them on or turn them off randomly throughout these times and that day of the week. So it would give the appearance that you're home when you're not actually there. So I don't need that happening right now. So I'm just going to turn it off by selecting stop. And then down here, the last option we have, and again, this is the same option you have available for all the plugs. Under runtime, we can see how long we have actually ran the device. So here we've barely used the fountain for 0.03 hours, an average of 0.1 hours a day. And then in the past 30 days, a total of 0.2 hours runtime. Now let's go back to our deck lights and look at the runtime because it has a bit more of statistics here. So I've been using it about an hour and a half each day, and it's ran for a total of about 5 hours. So it's really cool. You can see all those settings there. Now next, we kind of dove deep into these settings already, but under the light bulb, you have the preset light bulbs. You can create a schedule and you have the usage. So here you don't have the option to automatically turn off and you don't have the away option, but you have schedule and you have usage. Now the next thing to test is how all of these devices can work together. So we have the plugs, we have the light bulbs, we have the outdoor light, and we have the camera that can work in unison. So here in the application, we have two options. One is we have what's called scenes. So you can press a button and it will go to a preset setting of all of those different devices. And then here we have smart actions. So smart actions is when something happens, it then does something else. So let's say your camera detected motion, it then turns on a light bulb. So let's first start by looking at the scenes and create a little scene here. So here you have some scenes. Good morning, it says getting ready for the day, good night, or movie night. So you also have the option to create a custom scene. So let's do that. And here we choose what we want to have included. So I'm going to choose the office lamp. And then let's say we're going to choose the floor lamp and the fountain. So let's do these three devices. Now that we have our devices chosen, we need to choose what state we want those devices to be in. So let's say that we keep the floor lamp off and we turn the fountain on, and then we set the office lights to blue. So there we have our scene. We're going to select next. Here we can choose a little picture for it. So let's choose gaming time, sure, whatever. There you can see all the different pictures available. And then here you can give it a name. So let's just choose office scene. All right, office scene has been created. So here under the scenes, all I need to do is tap office scene. And there it instantly adjusted the different settings. So it turned on the fountain, turned off the lamp, and set the light to what I wanted it to do. If we tap that scene again, nothing happens. So you would need to maybe create another scene where it sets back to what you wanted it to be. So that's really cool. Next we have smart actions. So you are able to enjoy automated control of your devices. So typically to do automations, I use other devices like SmartThings. I use my Google Home routines or Amazon routines, but here you can do this with TP-Link if you have a bunch of TP-Link devices. So let's create an action. So what kind of automation do you want to create? Motion sensing, control with a switch, scene with a scene, auto off timer, or cancel. I'm going to do motion sensing. So here we choose what camera we want. So here we're going to choose our piano cam. When it detects motion, then we're going to choose what devices it affects. So here we can choose to affect the fountain, and we could choose to have it do the floor. So you can choose just one of these devices. Sure, let's go ahead and choose the fountain. And then is it going to trigger always or just a certain date and time? Right now we're just going to choose always. And then here we have a auto off timer. So let's say the fountain is going to turn off after 1 minute. So we're going to select save and then select save. So that is our smart action. We're going to set complete. And let's call this motion fountain. So if the camera detects motion, it's going to turn on the fountain. So right now I'm in front of the camera and I have the activity zone set so there's no motion right here. But if I reach up here and it detects motion, then it should turn on the fountain. All right, so I think I need a hide for this to work. Hang on. It worked. All right, so that is how you can use smart actions. Now, whether you have a bunch of different devices, there are a ton of different combinations you can do. So there you go, that is how you use smart actions. So overall, I'm very impressed with what the TP-Link devices can use. Like I said before, I've used the TP-Link outlet for a while, and it's worked really great. My only problem is the size, but now that I have the mini plugs, those are going to work really nice. And with the camera and the light bulb and the outdoor plug, I've had really great experiences with them so far. So if you have any further questions about any of these TP-Link devices, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to learn more. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.